Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Evie's Winter Classic. My name is Rainday. He's Hi-Rez, pretty hair, and we still don't have any chairs, but it's okay. Our quad strength is developing here. I feel my calves are getting to another. I'm going to be jumping as far as Buck jumps, pretty much.
That's right. We never skip leg day here.
That's right. So, of course, we got a brand new event coming up. The Gauntlet just ended the champion circuit, ended prior to that, and now it's time for the Winter Witch to have her day. And what a day it's going to be.
Yeah, definitely. Teams competing in open bracket here. This is really their first shot. A lot of these these fresh teams having that first chance to work their way up and have a shot at some of the big dogs in the champion circuit.
And that's always a great goal to aspire to. And of course, we're going to see these teams in action. One of the best aspects of this is getting to see fresh and new blood come into the Paladin scene. We encourage all of you who have had esports in mind to actually put that mind into a team and join up. This week, you can see the results here. State of Mind will be facing ABCD Esports in our first game, and on the other side of the bracket, WASD Sports are going to be playing Hands Power.
These teams, dude. ABCD Sports, WASD Sports, Moosey Sports. All the sports clubs coming up, but we have that match stream ready for you guys. Go ahead and get into the action. Without further ado here, this first series will be played on Jaguar Falls.
Jaguar Falls. So it looks like Timber Mill was banned out, as well as Ice Mines. Both teams. I'm surprised. Evie's Winter Classic, they took Ice Mines away.
How dare they?
That's just disrespectful. We understand it's a difficult map to play. Timber Mill as well results in a lot of either banning or correctly drafting certain champions, and they didn't want to take that gamble, so we go to Jaguar Falls, and in fact, let's go to the draft.
Yeah, so both those maps pretty draft intensive here. Serpent Beach, kind of pull off anything, you know, it just depends on which team is. ABCD Esports, though, going to have that first pick, and it will be the Barrack.
Barrack.
I think that's the first time. I feel like that's the first time I've ever seen Barrack first picked.
Really? Yeah, and you know what? That's right, because Barrack is
Most
not.
Of the time it's Fernando.
It's a very, very clear pick, because if you take Barrack first, you lose the opportunity to grab Ying, which is so important. Maybe that's what we're already seeing, Nick. The fact that Ying received a bit of a I said debuff. That's hilarious. She received a bit of a nerf, and now people aren't favoring that combo as much.
Yeah, Evie, the Winter Witch herself, going to be picked up, the namesake of the tournament, taken off the board here. So Fernando and Ying still available here. A lot of damage already on the board for State of Mind here. ABCD could go and just turtle up on the point.
They could, and Turtle could be coming out as well. Barrack is here, but the Hunter's Daughter gets selected. Cassie, long range, projectile damage. Very hard to see her coming. She almost hit you too fast before you have a chance to realize you're getting knocked out.
Yeah, so one more pick here before sending it back over. Drogo selected. Still no Fernando and no healers taken for either team here. So both they're splitting their blaster and their Haven kind of damage. Could it be Hovering Shaolin?
Hey,
Shaolin, dude,
is coming to you. There it is, Shaolin, the brand new champion. Paladins, of course, I guess, Nick, that's a hot topic we should be talking about. Shaolin is here. He is a strong bow type champion. A lot of DPS. It's only been a couple of days, but kind of what's the word on him so far?
The word, it's pretty player intensive, right? I've seen Stolzy just do work with him. I myself have not done work with him there, so it's give or take here. He'll have an interesting effect here on the gameplay. Impaler arrow, that hard crowd control there, now more reliable than almost any of the other crowd controls in Paladins. It'll be very interesting to see they're able to hit it and make use of it.
And speaking of those kind of crowd controls, they come over with another strong one with Baldamba, finishing off their lineup with the Fernando finally, fourth pick.
Wow.
I don't know if we've seen
weird.
this.
That's just like, it catches my eye.
I know, right? And then Grok and Makoa get followed up. So Grok, Makoa, a little bit more traditional, being able to shield the HP of the totem, which is his healing source, and a lot of players want that to be increased. Seems relatively easy to actually get that down and get Grok's healing source out of the fight.
Alrighty, ladies and gents, so getting into the game here. ABCD Esports will be your blue team today. Rifty is going to be on Cassie, Masolu on Grok, SadShrub on Barrack. Ckodi, I'm just going to call him Ckodi, he's going to be on Makoa, and Sinbreed, there's a familiar face on Drogos.
The more familiar faces on the side of State of Mind as well. Bonkar is on Shaolin, Leminate on Androxus, SuddenStrikes on Maldamba, Smutney on Fernando, and Simsiloo on Evie. So here it is. The game begins. It is time for the Evie's Winter Classic to kick off the semifinals. ABCD Esports versus State of Mind. As Looks like State of Mind has a whole flank in mind. They're going around the backside. Evie with a nice blink. The disengage is real though, but she flies away and escapes that fate and blinks again. Man, I thought they nerfed those cooldowns.
Yeah, Rifty a little distracted here. Puts a nice combo there. The disengage actually gets hit by a lot of damage coming out of Fernando. Eats a fireball as well. State of Mind are taking this in spades right now. ABCD was able to get a couple of points on the objective, but State of Mind have already overtaken them.
Feels good, man. Shaolin coming out on a 3 streak, and he's looking impressive already. You saw the withdrawal granting him stealth, and he is going to have so much potential here. He's actually running one of the cards that give him vision after he impales a champion, which is not something I've experimented with, but it seems like it's going to help him and his team to have the tactical advantage, and all of a sudden, they already have the advantage in points. They have captured the objective 1-0, it looks like.
Taking the early lead there. SuddenStrikes going to be hooked and taken down here. Smutty just forced to retreat right now. Just needs to sit back, wait for his respawns, group up, and they need to attack as one. You don't want to trickle in a situation like this, especially with SadShrub getting very set up and dug in on this Barret.
It's very true. SadShrub needs the pressure onto him. Barret is not good if you can let him get those turrets up, and now they are surveying the battlefield. A flank seems to be incoming. Barret needs to watch his back, otherwise there might be some damage coming that way. However, Simsiloo and Leminate, they take down Rifty and Sinbreed, but there's the battle. SadShrub's able to do his part and slay bonkar, and the Shaolin is out of the fight for State of Mind.
Yeah, SadShrub definitely going to be caught out, pinched by about 4 members of State of Mind there. State of Mind now finally getting this push off the ground here. 63% charge on SuddenStrikes ultimate. That Dread Serpent going to be very useful here for breaking up that death ball on the point, but a good forward zone is already coming out from Smutty.
Yeah, it's already fantastic. A nice ultimate from Evie there as well to put her in a position to get some kills. Leminate with the double kill, the reversal. Actually, the cursed arm comes down, and all of a sudden the revolver, the handgun that has been cursed, is acting like a blessing here, securing a few more kills. His State of Mind look to push this farther and farther and closer to ABCD Esports base. There's a minute left, Nick, and they're almost at the precipice.
State of Mind's team comp is so dangerous to let it get rolling here. Fernando, pocket healed by Maldamba, is such a mobile, dangerous threat here. Just almost impossible to take down. Anytime you get him low, he's going to pop that shield, going to let that cauterize fall off if it's even there, and he's going to be topped right back up here.
Well, with Maldamba, I mean, that Mending Spirits, you talk about the pocket healing, that's his right click, being able to just go to any champion that he has in his sights. That's going to do a lot. 280 damage over 5 seconds. He's going to keep that up on that Fernando. It's going to be hard to take him down.
So much healing there. So taking a look at some of the items here, ABCD have gone straight into those havens. They're not they're not respecting Simsiloo and Smutney's blaster damage here. It's a 3-2 split, so they got to go with what they know here. Shaolin going to be mitigated by that as well.
I like the decision to all be uniform, though, because I think it just means that anybody across the board, these 3 champions are not going to be as effective, right? You'll deal with the Evie, but Shaolin, it just generally decrease Shaolin's effectiveness across the board.
Will they? She's sitting on a 14 streak right now.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Fernando's on a 10 here, so we'll have to see if they're able to handle those 2.
It's all about the theory, and here it is. Look at that great ultimate from Evie. She's keeping everyone in place, doing the job of the Winter Witch, but Rifty gets a couple of kills in himself, and he says SuddenStrikes, they may not be out of this game. The Cassie keeping them at bay, and State of Mind only has Maldamba left. That's Snaky Snake. It can't make you run faster. Slither can, but will he stay alive? Not if it's Rifty's choice, and there it is. ABCD Esports cleaning things up.
Big team fight for Rifty right there, getting 3 of the 5 kills in that fight right now, but he eats a nice long-range shot, getting Rifty with it. Simsiloo's going to hit him with a long-range shot. 70% already for ABCD. State of Mind is in a tough spot because they have to get back on her. They cannot wait for a favorable pick or positioning.
Absolutely. So it's time now. 90% on the clock. 97%. This could be the potential tying point. It's now do or die. And it looks like Maldamba, he chose die. I wouldn't have chosen that one. Maybe he didn't have as much impact on that choice as he wanted to. And overtime ticks away. And it looks like finally ABCD Esports have pulled themselves back into this game with some very nice team fights, a couple of big plays, and of course, Rifty got Rifty with it.
8 streak right now for SadShrub here, getting set up on the payload. Going to be very dangerous coming around this corner with 2 turrets on there. Rifty goes down to Leminate, but not before trading out with Simsiloo here. Now Smutney is in the backline deep.
Now, I like, actually, it's very interesting. This is something I was thinking about. Maldamba goes down. He's got Wrecker on Maldamba. Now, Maldamba's basic in-hands aren't fantastic with Wrecker. They only hit for 450, but given the changes to Wrecker, going from 50 to 75%, does it make that selection a little bit more, basically viable for him?
It does. Maldama's got a big enough clip size, I think, and obviously it's not very hard. You're not losing a lot of your team fight damage when you're putting Maldamba on shield.
Absolutely, absolutely. And there it is. That is actually a whiffed Dragon Punch. Rifty takes down Leminate, and Masolu gets a double kill. Masolu gets a double kill. A nice Tempest. It's going to help keep him and his teammates alive. SadShrub in the Grok looking to push this full.
Hello?
The Ancient Rage is rather
My
calm. It's more of a Zen Rage, I believe. And there it is. Here's the Rage aspect. Leminate goes down thanks to Rifty as well. And it looks like him and the boys of ABCD Esports are going to tie things up 2-2.
This is hard to call, right? Because both of those pushes from State of Mind and ABCD and the conversions both look so convincing. It's hard to tell who's really got the upper hand.
That's
here.
right. That's what we love about these, though, Nick. So take a look at the cards being picked up. What kind of is this spelling for you? Still more Havens going, invested a few cauterizes. What's kind of the story of the items here?
Still not huge investments in the cauterize on the side of State of Mind there. Against that Grok, it's kind of tough, right? Because Grok's healing output is so heavy, and a lot of times it's very coordinated when the totem is going to get dropped. Likely going to be dropped behind shield. So cauterize, it's like, it's probably not going to do much for you because he's going to have all of that cauterize debuff falling off because they're going to coordinate and get it behind a shield.
Right, and that's the key. Cauterize only lasts for so long, whereas a champion like Pip, you cauterize him, he's got a first heal. If it affects that, SadShrub is going to go down thanks to Simsiloo, and a nice ultimate there. I love the placement. Can they follow it up with anything else? That's the question. The Accursed Arm comes out, and Leminate will get a kill. He's looking for another one, though. This could make it all worth it. They've got to take the turtle down, and they do. So State of Mind are looking like they are having their moment again. Sinbreed goes down. And all of a sudden, though the point score is tied, it seems like things have shifted dynamically for State of Mind.
Yeah, this forward zone coming out going to be very dangerous. Leminate very low here, but Rifty goes down to Simsiloo. Another long-range shot. He's not going to go down. It looked like Makoa may have been out of ammo or something there.
No.
Does not have any tools. Leminate needs to be out of this fight, but the veteran's actually going to get him healed up.
72% on the clock, ticking over to 75. The contest is there, but the Drogo simply dies much too fast. Shaolin goes into the ult, and it's Heat Haze all over again. Mirages all over the battlefield, and he's got only one thing in sight, and that's Rifty. He takes him down. Bonkar showing the prowess, the basically potential that this new champion has to affect the gameplay here, and he is going even farther. It's 99%, and all of a sudden, State of Mind are leading this game 3-4.
Bonkar moving off for a flank here. Withdraws, finds a nice pop shot up onto the high ground. Rifty sitting at about 2/3 right now. Going to be healed back up. He's got out of combat here. Goes into the post up, but gets taken down, punished.
He definitely wanted to get the kill back onto the Shaolin there. Cassie and Shaolin, going to be a battle I think we'll see for the ages to come now. The two bow champions looking to get the better of each other. And Nick, who wins that battle more so than not?
It probably depends on who finds the first shot.
Yep.
And if Cassie can hit her combo. If Cassie gets the jump on Shaolin and gets the combo off, there's not a lot. It's a very easy juggle, just easy win combo for Cassie. But likewise, if they meet probably at the same time, if you just go planted with Shaolin and go toe-to-toe with Cassie and you're hitting your shots, I think you could pretty much take out anyone in a 1v1 scenario.
Especially squishy champions, right? Sometimes with like Makoa's actually a pretty decent counter because he can hook you out of planted and just put that ability on cooldown. There's not a lot of other high HP champions that can take you. Maybe a Ruckus if you don't have Wrecker, but of course with Wrecker applying to that, it's going to mean that you can burn down those Ruckus shields and really get into that man fight that you want to do. That's what we call it here. And there it is, the Accursed Arm looking for more real fighting here. Leminate wants to get into the air, but he had no opportunity before he got taken down. Sinbreed with the double kill, and Ckodi looking to clean things up.
See, Simsiloo hit a really nice Ice Storm there, but it's almost like no one was in it. It's like the right Ice Storm at the wrong time. None of his teammates were there to follow it up. We saw everybody kind of waddle in a little bit after it had worn off. Accursed Arm came out, didn't get much done there.
Right.
So he found the right placement for it, but none of his team was there to follow it up. And Evie can't be her own follow-up, especially not onto a Grok and a Barrack.
That's right. You need more. You need the coordination. That's one of the things we've lacked in seeing here with some of the professional teams. There's so many solo ults, and this is the battle we talked about. Who's going to hit the next shot? The jumping over the pillars here. Shaolin blasted back to the desert, my friend. He looks like he needs a nice
Young
drink
blood.
of water because he just got caught out dry there.
Welcome to the realm, Shaolin there. And getting taken down by the veteran bow wielder, Cassie, getting the better.
There it is, and it looks like, oh my. The damage coming in onto the barrack, forcing him back. Simsiloo is going to clean up SadShrub, and now 8 seconds left. It is up to ABCD Esports to stop this push, but that is a great start. Rifty with the kill on Leminate, thanks to the damage from Drogos, and all of a sudden, it looks like this is time. The Fernando Immortal comes out. He wants to keep his teammates alive. This is clutch to zone out the area. Sunday We Gonna comes out from the Maldamba as well, trying to get something, but it is enough. It looks like thanks to the Makoa, Ancient Rage is coming out, and this could be it. It's all up to the Turtle, but he can't do enough.
He got burned so fast. That is 10,000 HP right there. When he pops that Ancient Rage, he got murdered in like 2 to 3 seconds there. Just goes to show how much damage 5 members can do when they're all clumped on top of you.
That's the benefit of having a coordinated team. You don't often get it in casuals or where any of us are playing, but when you can communicate, 5 times 1 is always going to beat 1 times 1, right? And so the idea is being able to group those ultimates and be able to group so many of those clutch moments together as a unit to finish off the team.
Yeah, definitely a lot of coordinated strikes we saw coming out there. The Ice Storm in combination with the Immortal on top of the Dread Servant. They had a lot left in the tank to close out that push. Ready to go ahead over to that stat screen here, see what kind of stories that can tell us.
I think it's good to see Maldamba winning, right? I like this. I like that people are using Maldamba and getting into different supports coming into the meta and what people are comfortable with playing. I think Simsiloo, obviously a fantastic performance here. Leminate as well, one of the big carries of this game. And Rifty, I think, was a real highlight on the other side. It just wasn't enough for his entire team to be able to support him there. Sinbreed didn't really hold the mantle there as the Drogos player, only 12 and 10. With 43k damage.
They definitely showed what it takes, though, to close out a push here. Just getting a little bit more of the better of them. Simsiloo, 92,000 damage. That's uncommon for an Evie.
Very.
Because Evie's more get in, take out somebody squishy, and get out there. It's not just poking from range constantly there. So she did a lot of work there.
Yeah, she really did. And of course, we're not over yet. This is going to be another game coming up. We got a best of 5 potentially. And so the next map will be Serpent Beach, and so this is
another one of those Temple Ruins variants here, one of the more common ones that we've seen. Serpent Beach, Frog Isle, Jaguar Falls, what we just saw here. Serpent Beach has a couple of those similar dynamics here, both flanks on either side of the point, but a little bit more high ground incorporated around the point, I would say. So we'll see if the teams elect to use that here heading into the draft phase.
Absolutely. And now it's time to see what State of Mind decides to use here and what ABCD Esports decides respond with.
Yeah, State of Mind here, probably going to go, they're going with that Evie again. Just did too much work for Simsiloo there. ABC have the chance to respond with the Barrack again. That's still on the table. That was their previous first pick. Fernando as well. I don't expect to see Fernando make it all the way to the 4th pick here, but they're really favoring their damage dealers.
Well, it just seems that that allows those tanks. I mean, this is clearly a game of damage preferences, and those tanks, instead of starting out in the top 3 picks, are going to end up vying over who gets the better damage picks and then can move into those tanks earlier on. It seems like State of Mind is comfortable now that they have Evie, feeling that we've got the flank we need. We can now take our tank and, you know, rely on some of the other picks we know will be available.
I think the difference here between the Champion Circuit draft and some of these drafts are those tanks are really more what controls the game here. When you have every one of your carries on your team is comfortable playing any of the any of the characters in Paladins right now. So it's more important to get those tanks early to get the control the fight the way that you want, as opposed to these open bracket teams that may only be comfortable on 1 to maybe 3 of the damage characters here. So it's more important to get them on their high impact picks.
Very true. You get a lot more bang for your buck, and look at that, buck is actually in the game here, and Maldamba as well. So a lot of spicy lineups coming in here. It's Caliente and Canessa to get even hotter in both senses of the word. It just feels like this is a lineup I cannot wait to see play.
This is going to be like one of the most spread out team comps. I think Evie's going to be in one corner, Buck's going to be in the other, Canessa's in the back. It's like, who do you go for if you're ABCD?
But I will tell you that it looks like ABCD Esports, if they use the Drogos with the Barrack Ying to clear the point, they're going to have a lot of point pressure.
Yeah, they just want to sell
all the deployables, the fire spits, if the Fernando gets in there, if anyone tries to help them out, there's no way they can, you know, survive a lot of that onslaught. But the Jugglers could hunt down the Kinessa, so we'll see how they use it.
So that State of Mind lineup looking like they're centered a little bit around this Kinessa, so it's going to be interesting to watch here. Because they picked up the Buck, because they picked up the Evie there, it almost takes away all of the potential threats that ABCD could draft to dive this Kinessa. State of Mind have all the good hard dive on their team. You can make an argument for Androxus being able to get back there as well, but there's going to be somebody to just track him down and peel for her the whole time.
I mean, realistically, Drogoz could get there. It's just the matter of he has to be so exposed to get there as well.
He's going to get bopped by Leminate.
I mean, that's the thing. If you can keep Leminate distracted and he can't do that, Sinbreed will have an easy time taking him down, but it's just all a matter then of what kind of pressure you do and how, of course, Leminate is as a player. Rifty will be on the side of that Androxus, though, on the side of ABCD Esports, and that will be a telling tale if he continues his impressive performance like he did on Cassie earlier in the game. All of a sudden, Buck is looking to finish off this Cassie now, and he's got a lot of damage to disengage. If only he had resilience. Just kidding, but it did knock him out and did actually help Cassie to stay away from the initial aggression that bonkar was applying.
God, the deployable nightmare on the point right now from ABCD. Just too much to shoot. First blood gonna go the way of Rifty here. Simsiloo tries to get the shot, but the barricade comes down and stops the aggression.
And that's the crucial aspect of the game here. 75% already on ABCD Esports, and although their flanks are so valuable, they're gonna have to really win this fight here very fast, because otherwise there's not enough time. 96% on the point, 99%, the objective's captured. They're gonna wipe here, it looks like, but it doesn't matter because they didn't get what they came for.
This is just a bit of a drafting issue for State of Mind right now. Their comp is designed to take off separated targets, get those picks, high mobility right now. But ABCD is just chilling on the point.
Yeah.
The deployable dream there. Two turrets, 2 Ying clones. Everyone else is kind of chilling out and just in the woodwork there. And State of Mind, they have nothing to break it up.
It's so smart because for State of Mind, obviously they wanted to go ahead and get away and take down some of these champions, but they just didn't have the lineup drafted. And ABCD Esports, well, as much as State of Mind as they're chasing, chilling off the point, they take the complete cluster and know that even when the point fight starts, they'll already probably be 75% captured on the objective.
Definitely, they're very dangerous capture speed there. Now that ABCD are forced to move along with this payload, they're starting to give up a few more picks here. State of Mind really did a great job using that momentum that ABCD had against them. They're taking, or just putting it back into their team comp, taking them out. Headhunter is available for Leminate here, but no one has come around and shown themselves just yet.
Rifty, the Androxus, the carry on the side of ABCD Sports, looking to make an impact in this game, but Leminate makes an impact on him, and that's going to take Rifty down. Buck jumping in, looking for blood, and he's going to take down. Oh my God, see Ckodi there, and so now Simsiloo takes down SadShrub. The zone is real, despite ABCD Esports having a fantastic point capture. Their push is not looking as strong.
A little lackluster, but, you know, if they win the capture point every time, they will win this game here.
That's true.
The thing is, the items are going to make this comp fall off later game. Cauterize, bulldozers, those sort of things coming out from State of Mind will make their death ball much, much less effective.
It's very true, and so they've got to win, and they've got to win early. This is their time to push, but so far, ABCD Esports has not been able to break State of Mind's pressure with Evie's zoning, Buck zoning, as well as Kinessa's defensive snipes. It's up to them to make it happen, and Sinbreed, he knows he's got to get a couple of kills here. He and Ckodi take down bonkar, and so that's one flanker that they've got down, but there's still a few more and only 8 seconds left. It's looking like they're not going to have a chance, Nick, unless something miraculous does happen.
They're diving onto the point now. 2 Ying clones set up. A barrack turret is here. Here comes the Fire Spit. Dragon Punch on the board as well. Will they use it? Likely be baited out by the Immortal there just to get it off the board over time. State of Mind's gonna fall back though and try to dig in and hold.
They need to know where the Evie is. This could be crucial. If they can get her out of this fight, Simsiloo off his carry, they might have a chance. There it is. It's the ice block to immune it all. The blink away. Simsiloo, what a heads up play there. Return. bonkar gets the kill, and overtime is ticking, but for how long? Simsiloo still alive, and this is what I said. You gotta get the Evie. Finally, they did it, but is it enough? It's not. No dice defense successful on the side of State of Mind.
This is perfect. Every defense counts right now for State of Mind. They need to push this as late as possible because their ABCD's comp is gonna fall off hard when these wreckers come online to they probably won't even go wrecker here because all the shielding is just barrack there. They're content to either wait it out or just avoid it entirely here. But the cauterizes and maybe a bulldozer from Simsiloo would be huge.
That is what they're going to be looking for. But again, it's all about execution. Can they get out there and actually execute those game plans, the ideas they have in their head? Will it come to fruition? That's what we have to see here. Leminate, very successful on defending. We know Knessa with the long line of sight on this map is going to be very strong with that. Morale boost for increased ultimate charge, but she's going to have an impact in this point fight more so than she has had before, Nick.
Smutny has that Cauterize 2 available to him as well here. Dragon Punch gonna come out. Immortal will likely be there, and it will just to counter that all out. But 2 kills already the way for State of Mind. Make it 3. Headhunter comes out. Cursed Arm is available. Will Rifty elect to pop it here? Has no tools left, no mobility, no reversal. He will fall.
Leminate is on a roll here, a 9 streak. And speak of the devil, Knessa comes in playing the exact role she needed to play for her team, securing kills, affecting this team fight, and now her zoning potential is going to completely knock off the corridor flank and force Team State of Mind and ABCD Esports into a very specific scenario that they're already counting on.
Such a definitive win there. With a little bit of pre-capture, was able to capture the whole thing in just one team fight win. ABCD still have all their ultimates available to them, excluding that Dragon Punch that did come out there, but they were just wiped off so quickly. They don't have any real defensive abilities to come out. The Dome Shield from Barrack wasn't enough. Illusory Rift, it's not really enough burst healing to get you through the Buck Wild, the Headhunter, the Ice Storm, the Dread Serpent.
Right. I mean, they've got the counter to Fernando with the Dragon Punch, but that whiffed. Right? So, I mean, they didn't get those big type turning plays that they kind of hinge whether they win a team fight or don't win a team fight on. It just didn't work out for them. Doesn't mean it won't work out before, but as we've seen Knessa so good down the push, down the defense right here, this is where it could be key. If you can wipe Knessa, if you can wipe the Buck, the Evie, it's going to be able to give you a chance. But so far, they've been so untouchable, Nick. They have been excellent beyond belief here in this game. Simsiloo has been a thorn in everyone's side, and Buck is feeling himself in that new suit. Feels like a new man.
This composition is from State of Mind is so good once they're on the move there. They were just completely, they're 100% effective while moving around the map. Evie, Buck sitting on 16, 18 streaks, excuse me there. Leminate completely unpressured in the back line right now. We saw him pick up 4 of those clutch kills in that first team fight there. Still hasn't died in that previous round. 14 streak for the sniper of State of Mind.
And that's, I think, just very clear that the 2 kind of scenarios we put up, if Rogos can get to Knessa, he can win. But it's very clear right now that he hasn't gotten to Knessa. I think that's really what we're looking at. Moldava not having the most exciting game either. 1-7 with a 7 streak. So he's impacting the game. His Gord is doing what he needs to do, and he's keeping his Fernando alive. Let's see if it continues here. Buck is the one to watch. Bonker's going down the left-hand flank, and he wants to help Evie target that one key member of the team of ABCD Esports. He's going on to Sinbreed, but is it enough? He cannot find the kill, and now a few members are low. 12% already for State of Mind, but this capture hasn't been a full wipe or full tilt towards anybody yet.
Yeah, Cursed Arm's gonna come out. Ice Storm's already whiffed here. Rifty's able to pick up the slack there, finding a double kill before going down to Bonker right now. SadShrub moving in, wants to get that Dome Shield down, but goes down immediately. Dragon Punch is gonna pick up Smutny, but will it be enough? You're trading out. There's a nice rocket during Buckwild, a nice fire spit. Needs one more. Buckwild might be able to find it. It will be Sinbreed coming on top before Leminate pins him to the wall. Now a double kill for Leminate.
And all of a sudden, State of Mind are back after they kind of lost that one. I mean, I feel like I'm watching somebody stand on a teeter-totter here, going left and right. Either way you look at it, one person's winning 1 second and the other is winning the next. But now clearly State of Mind with 87% on the objective have a chance to close things out. It's going to be tough for ABCD Esports to make it happen, especially with Simsiloo's pressure. But now the reveal comes in, but Buck shuts that down completely. The trigger man, hit man, he does his job, and he gets a clutch kill onto the Cassie. Leminate, though, he's going to eliminate his opponents. The bees come out, and they're standing in a line. The ults come through, and man, snap that picture, because that just shows they know what they're doing.
Yeah, State really struggled there on the first point. They got the deployable Nightmare out.
Yeah.
They couldn't do anything about it, but then they adjusted. You know, they got their cauterizes. No bulldozers came out, but they were able to pull off their team fight so well and then just keep the pressure on, never letting ABCD get a chance to get back on the point and get reset up there. So great job playing to the strengths of their draft.
I love it because that could go one of two ways, and really it is up to the player's skill to make it go that way in your favor. And so they're showing that not only did they draft well, but they played well, and that is important moving forward. Obviously, we've got the stats too, so let's kind of take an in-depth look as to what might have happened, what might have went right, and what might have gone wrong.
Curious to see Simsiloo's damage here. 51,000 again. Leminate also stepping up, keeping pace with them, but that is, in my opinion, still speaking to Simsiloo's great plays. While keeping up with an unpressured Kinessa really, really shows why they're first picking this Evie and why they will probably continue to do so.
Absolutely. And talk about the shielding as well. Smutny providing so much more support for his team than SadShrub was able to do on his side as well. Those SuddenStrikes, 54k healing. Let's shout him out for that. Very, very high healing. Of course, when you're Fernando and you're healing him, it's going to be a lot easier. So let's head to the map screen and check in on where we'll be playing next. It does look like Frog Isle, the third Temple Ruins variant, will be selected here. But this will be some more open space.
That's right. Potential last game of the series right now. We are up 2-0. We'll see what they like to go with in the Champions draft here. Kinessa could possibly come out again. If they can pull it off on Serpent Beach, there's no reason that they couldn't pull it off on Frog Isle.
Very true. And it seems like this is the opportunity. ABCD Esports could take away the Evie, but they decide not to and go with the Makoa instead, favoring his potential to hook opponents off near some of these ledges and staircases that Frog Isle has plenty of.
Yeah, so I feel like this is almost watching the Fabri series again, where they're just so impactful with Bomb King, but ABCD just can't. They can't play it. It's the Evie this time around. ABCD
I'm surprised, though.
Have the first pick. They just aren't taking it away. State of Mind doing so much with it.
I mean, I'm surprised. I mean, normally you have players who can play Evie pretty well, and so maybe it isn't about that. Maybe there's a different thought process going on in their head as to why they're not selecting.
Maybe that they just snagged the Makoa to counter the Evie, and they're just going to go that route.
Yeah, I mean, that could be the ideal scenario. We'll see if it works out, because that's like very mechanically, dependent. Can you hit it? Can you understand the timing when they ice block? A lot of Evies are very good now at adjusting that, but all of a sudden, you mentioned it, we're talking about Fabri and Avuli. Here's the Bomb King coming out on the side of State of Mind.
They're going to be taken away as well here. Ying's still on the table for ABCD. I wouldn't be surprised if they went Grok, though, with both of these tanks here. Grok much more effective at healing up those really high HP. But taking away the Ying, it's also good, and it takes it away from State of Mind. Ying is effective on State of Mind. Grok is not really so much. Yeah,
Grok is not going to be supported here because the lack of shielding will not keep that totem alive. But here's Maldamba. So now I can see this composition coming to life a little bit more. They've got the potential to really keep players together with Evie's ult. They got the potential to use the Bomb King, the Maldamba ult, the Accursed Arm. I mean, throw them in the lockdown. Keep them all in there. I mean, it's not going to do a lot of damage, but it all works synergistically to support a clumped up group of enemies staying where they don't want to stay.
ABCD have a lot of shielding. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some wreckers coming out, but so far, three cauterizes the way of State of Mind right now. Simsiloo going to be the one going for that wrecker there. Bomb King, interesting enough, going to go get that cauterize here. A little bit more effective probably at being able to confirm shots, I would think, than Evie. Wrecker also on Smutny here. We talked a little bit about why this is good on Maldamba. He doesn't have the highest base scaling for his auto attacks, but he's guaranteed you're going to hit that shield every time with a Maldamba auto, and it's not making, now I need Leminate to take the shields out. You lose a lot of teamfight damage. Bonkar, I need you to attack this shield. Bonkar's teamfight damage is now taken away. That's why they're picking the Wrecker up on this healer here, because he's not really a big part of the teamfight damage. He can sit there and hit the shield every time.
Yeah, as far as DPS, he's one of the highest DPS support champions in the game in terms of just his basic attack and auto-fire rate. So he's going to be able to get that off very quickly. But Leminate, man, it doesn't matter whether you put him on Kinessa or the Bomb King. He's going off either way. ABCD Esports looking outclassed again. 45% as this initial team fight goes the way of State of Mind, Leminate, Simsiloo, and man, everyone else who has just been dominating this performance.
Poppy bomb here. Nice positioning on that. It's gonna split up ABCD going every which way right now. Fernando's down on the low ground behind Leminate. Leminate yet to miss a shot, it feels like there. Wow. Takes down SadShrub again. Nice Poppy bomb to get himself to safety, but Maldamba heals are on point. If you're watching everyone's health bar, including Leminate's right now, he is just topped off this whole time. Already in overtime. State of Mind looking clean.
This is looking really good for State of Mind as the capture objective already goes their way in less than 2 minutes. And 2 minutes now and 20 seconds on the clock for them to push. But this extreme zone by Simsiloo. There it is, the hook by Makoa though. It's not going to kill Simsiloo. However, it's just the zone is so strong. Here's the accursed arm. Leminate goes in the air as well. See Ckodi, he's gonna try to hook. It would have worked, but he didn't get hit. And all of a sudden, bonkar gets the double kill onto the turtle, and he's looking for more. He was on the buck earlier, and now he's going ham on the Androxus, and he's trying to finish off the Spaniard, your brother, Fernando. And it looks like Fernando's trying, but he cannot. SadShrub's a SadShrub today. He can't make it back to base. And nothing to do there, but just...
ABCD pinned in their spawn right now. Payload push is almost complete here, sitting about 90% with still 1 minute and 30 seconds left on the clock. State of Mind not even leaving their spawn right now. Just need to get on this. Have no choice. Won't be able to get a nice pick or favorable positioning here. bonkar just content to come in the flank and do his job.
Wow, bonkar is really going bonkers here. He's looking to get the kill. The push is successful. And all of a sudden, man,
that was swift.
State of Mind are looking more and more dominant each round they play against ABCD Esports. And for me, Sinbreed, again, 0-4. SadShrub 0-4. You look at every single person on that team, they are 0-4. They have not gotten a kill onto State of Mind. So whatever they're doing, it's working.
Yeah, and it's only going to get worse for them as these Wrecker 2s come online, the Cauterized 2s online. Masolu is going to be having a really tough time on this Ying. 3 people have Cauterized on State of Mind here.
Yummy.
Nobody is going to be able to receive healing right now. 3 people are going to be completely shut down.
I was going to say, alrighty then, I'll just become a DPS champion then. Don't need to heal, I'm Ying, that's alright.
Now watch me shatter.
Now watch me shatter. All right, now watch me, Nene. Okay, hey, okay, here we go. It looks like the damage is coming. Maldamba, he's getting free shots here. He's taking down the shield. Leminate and bonkar are going crazy again. SadShrub, the saddest shrub I've ever seen. And it just is nothing. There's nothing he can do. An accursed arm that it does work, but the work was admittedly already established and the foundation was built. Simsiloo has been unstoppable so far on this Evie. It's been time and time again. Leminate, whatever champion he's playing, he's been doing extremely well. And it just seems like State of Mind, with 69% on the point now, are going to have just one little moment before they secure this victory.
bonkar already 3 kills in this fight. A beautiful Ice Storm. bonkar 4 kills in this fight. It's not Leminate, it's bonkar. Simsiloo setting him up with a beautiful Ice Storm as well here. State of Mind is primed to take this one home.
And 3-0. So State of Mind have the right state of mind to progress. They're looking extremely strong as a unit, drafting well. And ABCD Esports, they've yet to really show that caliber of technical drafting and also I think execution that State of Mind have been able to bring to the table in this game. Although admittedly, bonkar, they're finally finding some kills here. State of Mind are not yet victors, and ABCD Esports know that better than anybody. There are things that can happen. They can defend this, but they've got to pull together and really coordinate as a unit. A nice ultimate from Maldamba almost saves his life, but it's not enough. A double kill from Rifty, who has been playing well, kind of the light in the darkness, but it's not bright enough to shine over State of Mind.
SadShrub here, moving out with his forward zone. Still 1 minute 40 remaining on this push. Mortal as well is available, but it's tough to tell when to use it. Gotta wait for one of those big wombo combos there. Dragon Punch makes it very easy when you want to pop that Immortal, but outside of that, it's actually very interesting when you go and elect to pop that. Illusory Rift just came out as well from Masolu on the Ying, trying to keep everyone topped off and stave off the onslaught from State of Mind.
Sometimes, you know, we talk about ultimates aren't comboed here, but they've done a very good job of using the Evie ultimate on the side of State of Mind to really group up and focus down. There was that one you mentioned that wasn't great, but over a course of a game in this series, we've definitely seen that Evie ultimate set up a lot of clutch plays and a lot of coordination behind it. So that's what I love Evie getting brought in. She's got one of those best setup ultimates in the game. If you can use it, And so the champion, who was basically known for just her mobility and flanking in the back line, is finally being known as an all-around champ here with that ult that could change a team fight.
Yeah, he's only missed one across all 3 games here. Jukes out the Dragon Punch.
Wow.
Smutny's able to clean up Sinbreed mid-flight there. Simsiloo content to just keep popping away at these tanks here, taking them down here. A nice blink, giving him the jukes, but actually gets pinned to the wall by Rifty here. The one stabilizing factor, I would say, for ABCD.
Rifty is doing a very good job of making himself a light in the darkness. He's been performing. He has not been somebody that I think has let his foot off the gas. He has tried to do his best for this team, although there's just so much he's combating. He can't do it all, but at this moment, he has been the reason that ABCD Esports have been able to do it. A couple of clutch double kills have allowed the pressure to relax and wane, and all of a sudden, though, now that this is really coming in, the Bomb King, this ult is going to mean a lot, and it gets no value, and he's down.
Big misplay coming out from Leminate for the first time. Disengage into the air, combo down. Smutny takes a tumble here. Rifty trying to get it done for his team, but a triple kill for bonkar is a little bit better there. Cursed arm to clean up that kill. Fernando, SadShrub, gonna be sad. Back in the base, crying sweet, salty tears.
Nice ult. Nice ult. Oh my God. It's just beautiful. All of a sudden, you're just watching State of Mind are going to clean this one up if there is a miracle. They need it now, but it doesn't look like this is 34th Street. Doesn't look like this is the game for ABCD Esports, but it is the set for State of Mind. So all of a sudden, State of Mind showing that they have the right mentality to go ahead and get themselves in the finals of the Evie's Winter Classic and be ready to battle anybody that comes their way. Simsiloo, Leminate, these guys are looking strong.
Yeah, doing a great job executing on their drafts. And speaking of, they drafted the Makoa there, but I didn't feel as though he was target firing onto the Evie that time.
That's true.
I saw a lot of hooks landing, but not onto the Evie. And that's, I would assume, why they picked it there. Evie has been so impactful on them. They haven't showed the propensity to want to pick it up or try and take it away there.
Right.
And just a little bit of failure to execute there with the Makoa hooks.
Super hard to hit your anchor when you're dead. Super hard.
True.
That
True
is,
facts
that is
with
one of
Rain
the.
Day.
I think that was one of the things that they suffered from the most. Ckodi coming in with 46,000 shielding. He and SadShrub combined for more than what SuddenStrikes could do, but it was really the damage that kind of told the tale. Simsiloo 34-2 again. bonkar as well 34-3, 57 and 67 damage respectively on both. And I think Leminate again a very strong performance. Rifty, although he had a very high credit count,
The light in the dark.
It couldn't surpass what was able to happen.
Yeah, a losing game is a losing game. You can only make it look so good there on the stat screen. But heading on over to the brackets, you can see State of Mind with a convincing 3-0 headed into the final, showing no signs of slowing down here.
And of course, WASD Sports versus Hands of Power are going to be playing next. So we're excited to showcase that, Nick. Obviously, we're feeling very strong. Hopefully Hands of Power can use their hands and obviously progress to the finals. That's what they're aiming to do here. And guess what? There's a bigger final ahead of all of this. Hi-Rez Invitational.
Ooh.
The Hi-Rez Expo, the Paladins Invitational at the Hi-Rez Expo. It's coming up, and it is going to be the place to be. We want you all to be there, of course. Get your hug from Pretty Hair. Hang out with me. I may hug you. I don't know if I will. That's
you want this.
I do. I do.
Want
that
this,
feels
my
good.
friend.
I feel nice. I feel warm. So anyways, make sure you get your tickets there. We'll hopefully have a code for you all. We're going to go to break now, but don't worry. We'll be back in just a second with the final semis game, trying to figure out who's going to take on State of Mind in this final set and get first place in the first week of Evie's Winter Classic.